Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to discuss one of the important topics, ESP-NOW. It's like two ESP32 friends want to talk directly to each other without the need of Wi-Fi. Imagine you have two walkie-talkies and you want to say, I'm here, how far are you? And from the other side, I'm there about 100 meters away. It's a cool trick for ESP32s to chat without any Wi-Fi complications. Now let's straight away get started with the video from installation for beginners to sending the ESP32 data using ESP-NOW to the other ESP32s. Open your Chrome browser to get started with the step 1 by clicking on the link micropython.org. Now click on the download button. So once you click on download, here you'll find the many devices. Now we will have to select the appropriate one, which is ESP. So just select on this and scroll down to install the firmware. So just click on the first link to install it. Okay. So right after the installations are done, we will have to move to the step 2. So for the step 2, open your Chrome browser and search for Python Tony. So this is the IDE where we are going to do the coding part. So just click on the first link and download it for the desired OS. So I'm downloading it for the Mac, and once you're done with it, just close it. Okay, so this is how your IDE looks like since I have already downloaded it. Okay, coming towards the step 3, you'll have to click on manage and then search for ESP tools. Okay, you'll have to search for this. After that, just click on the link and click on install. Since I have already installed, there is no install button here. After this, just click on run and then click on configure. So coming towards our step 4, you will have to select the right MicroPython, and you can see there is MicroPython. So you will have to select the MicroPython for ESP32. Click on that and try to detect the port. And after this, you will have to install and update. Here you will have to plug in your ESP32 with a USB cable, and after that the port will appear. And after that you will have to install your firmware. So just scroll down and click on the firmware which you downloaded just now and try to install it. Okay, so I'll click on this and then just try to install it, and we will reload our port to check, and make sure to click on erase the flash before installing. This is very much important. After you're done with this, just click on install button. So once it will start installing, make sure you always press the boot button. If you have these invalid errors, this is because of the port is not connected properly. Make sure you connect your port properly and select the right port. After this, we will start installing. Okay, so after this, you can see you will have to hold the boot button when it is downloading. You can leave your boot button. Once all these things are done, just click on done. So it will take some time to get installed, and let's wait until it installs. So this we have to do for both the ESPs where we are trying to send and receive the data. Okay, so it will take some time to install. Once it is installed, let's close it. Okay, so just click on OK. Now what we'll have to do is we have to select our port. Plug in your USB cable with ESP32 and select the right port. Here you can see I'm trying to select the right port, and then I'll just do OK, and here you can see we have got a shell. So here we will try to test it by printing hello, and let's see the results. Okay, we got a hello back. It means it's working perfectly fine. Now coming towards the receiver end of ESP32, I have connected the USB cable to the other port. Now we will have to click here and try to install it. Here we will have to select the targeted port, and this is the one of targeted port, and click on the MicroPython family as ESP32. Don't do anything here till now, and what we'll have to do is just click on the sandwich and select the firmware which you want to install, which is basically which we downloaded while using the firmware. Once you select that, you can start installing it by pressing a boot button. So make sure you don't forget to press a boot button, and once you're done that, it will start showing, and we'll have to select it as a micro Python family as ESP32 and esp32 vroom and select the version. Once you're done with that, let's start installing it. So I hope you understand till now, and we have gone through this as a step-by-step procedure. Once it will start downloading, it will take some time, and once you're done with that, it will start working. Okay, in case if you get any error while downloading this, I will provide the link below. You'll have to install that driver to eradicate that error. So it will take time, and once it does writing, you can just leave your boot button. And coming towards the installation of the driver, this is how it looks. I'll provide the link below in description. Please install this if you get any errors while installing the firmware on your ESP32s. Once everything is done, just click on OK, and we will have to select a port again, and then it will start working. So let's just test it by giving a print command again to the other ESP32. Consider it as a receiver and the other one as a transmitter. I just print as hello to test it. So once we are done with this, you can see a hello back from it. It means it's working perfectly fine. Now it's time for us to make two instances, one for the transmitter and one for the receiver. So for this, what you'll have to do is you need to go to the tools and need to go to the options and go to the general, and then allow. You need to tick this, untick this, okay, and then just do it okay. So if this doesn't work for you, I'll provide the link below in the description. Please go and check it out. So after creating two instances, we will start with our programming part. Let's get started with the transmitter part. Consider our ESP32 wants to send a secret message to the other ESP32 across the room. To make the things exciting, we are going to use ultrasonic sensor. Okay, so the first part is in importing the machine, which is basically like our toolkit, and next one is U-time, which helps us with time, and network takes care of our Wi-Fi, and also ESP32 now is going to help us for the communication. Next comes our Wi-Fi connection to activate and disconnect from any existing connection. And also after this, we are going to activate our ESP-NOW. So there's a special address where we are going to send it, which is our MAC address. Now our ESP32 knows who to talk to. You mean how to send the messages or whom to send the messages. We are going to connect the trigger pin with 4 and 5 of our pins. After this, let's create a function to measure the distance and calculate the distance in centimeter. Right after this is our main event on how to send the messages. It sends over 100 ultrasonic messages. It sends until it receives a message called end. Now coming towards the receiver part, our ESP32 friend across the room is ready and excited to catch the ultrasonic readings. Okay, here we will have to import networks for Wi-Fi communication, ESP-NOW for communication, and U-time to keep time track, and UOS for creating special storage place. After that, we are going to set up the connection to Wi-Fi, and it is to receive the ESP32 reading. We are going to activate ESP-NOW, and we will also create a special function to store the space. After that, we are going to create a storage place for all the messages, and we are going to ignore the errors if occurred, and after this we are going to create a small function to save the received data or messages sent via other ESP32. To identify it was a RISE ESP32, we are going to put our sender MAC ID again. After that, we wait to receive the ultrasonic messages. If there is any message, it will start printing on the serial monitor or shell, and after that the data is saved in our folder, and when it receives a special message called end, it will stop accepting the data, and this is how the code works for the receiver. Now coming towards our demonstration part, we are going to connect both our USB cables with ESP32, one connected with a sensor, and select the USB cable. Okay, I have selected my USB port for the transmitter side, and you can see it has already started displaying the ultrasonic readings. Now we are going to select the receiver side of the USB port 2. Okay, after that we will just run the code and we will start seeing the data being received from one ESP32 to the other ESP32. The ultrasonic data is being sent from one ESP32 to the other ESP32. Thank you so much for watching this video. In case if you found this video helpful by any way, please take a moment and subscribe to my channel. So just grab your ESP32, let's code and let the wireless magic begin. Don't forget to check the description below to find the code links and also the links for downloading the MicroPython and ESP32 firmwares. Now that's a wrap. In case if you enjoyed the ESP-NOW and turning your ESP32 into wireless wonder, give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe for more enchanting tutorials. Thank you.